Hello art friends, my name is Fleshwad and today we are talking about SpongeBob. So I would say SpongeBob is pretty infamous for being in the spotlight, considering it harbors a bunch of raunchy hidden adult jokes and a little bit of creepiness. Apparently the games are no different. Today I will be discussing a terrifying discovery in the 2019 Flash game, SpongeBob Saves the Day. I was scrolling Twitter late one night and came across this post, posted by @Parkster00. In case y'all didn't know, someone was digging through the sprite sheets for the Flash game SpongeBob Saves the Day and came across this thing, who's named YUMMER, in the file code. Totally not terrifying at all. I must investigate. In the image, you can see a sprite sheet, which is basically a breakdown of the scene piece by piece. We see a horrified Mrs. Puff, and rightfully so, because on the other side of her, creeping ever so slightly, is this guy, revealed to be named YUMMER, or T_TMP YUMMER. In a YouTube video posted by OddHeader, it is revealed that two SpongeBob art collectors, one going by the name Timon Turner, were actually searching the game for art to collect and archive. On web pages such as this, you can use an inspect tool. Using this tool, they were able to get sprite sheets of every image in the game. In one scene in particular, we come across a frightened Mrs. Puff, sitting at a stool in the Krusty Krab. Nothing in this scene looks too out of the ordinary, but when going through the separate sprite sheets, the two came across this image. Most of the objects in the sprite sheets can be found in other parts of the game, all except for this creepy figure. I took it upon myself to play the game and find this horrifying sprite sheet. Once I arrived at the Krusty Krab, I used the inspect tool and sure enough, there he was. Under the file name 14F8073D-0655F-4D3D-2E5FF69712999. Although that is rather unimportant, as in the two other videos I watched, he could be found under a different file name each time. This YUMMER is actually YUMMER too. Original YUMMER is just a pair of hands next to a creeped out Mr. Krabs. Due to this fact, it appears that YUMMER did have an animation. And since the first YUMMER is only a pair of hands, it seems that his animation would be popping out from behind something. Many think a wooden column within the Krusty Krab itself. In OddHeader's video, you can see an animated short of what YUMMER might have looked like in-game. So who or what is YUMMER? There are multiple theories ranging from an in-game Easter egg, to a placeholder for a different object, to a Halloween update, to one a little too terrifying to mention. Some have also pointed out SpongeBob's love for hyperrealism and how this could be an attempt at that. If we follow along at Parkster00's tweet thread, we can see some updates. Update number 1. YUMMER's file date is the same as the other final sprites, basically ruling out his status as a placeholder. Since YUMMER has the same date as the other finalized sprites, he could not have been an object holding space for something else. If this were the case, he would have been deleted. This, coupled with the fact that he does have an animated sequence, or at least did at some point, is very suspicious. After this update, people were certain YUMMER's was put in the game as an Easter egg, since he doesn't appear to be a part of the game other than the hidden sprite. Some were even trying to get in contact with the game developers themselves. Discovery update. Twitter user @Parkster00 shared this tweet about an encounter with a user named Kiwi Pup. Discovery time. Okay, so after some time on the Discord, I talked with them and a user named Kiwi Pup shared an amazing theory, which included that maybe the head was from something else. So I looked at other games by the developers and found this Barbie game, compared the heads, and Boom. In the attached images, we can see YUMMER's head completely fits the shape of Barbie's head. This supports the theory that YUMMER is in fact an Easter egg put in by the game developers. But why so creepy? And why would Barbie be in such a creepy pose? Furthermore, it was discovered that YUMMER is essentially a collage of random stock images or internet memes. If you search eyes popping on Google, side note, there are very disturbing images if you do this, so please beware. You will come across this image. When put next to the image of YUMMER, the eyes are identical. If you then search adult teeth, this is the first image that pops up. Also identical to YUMMER's teeth. Since YUMMER is made up of stock images, this clearly points in the direction of an Easter egg. Whoever created this character and put him in the sprite's page knew what they were doing. It is unknown if you can access YUMMER from in-game actions. It isn't confirmed, but isn't ruled out yet. There was also a theory that YUMMER could be Sandy outside of her suit, since a ripped-up suit can be found in another sprite sheet within the game. Take this YouTube comment for instance. Okay, I got a theory. YUMMER is simply Sandy. After quickly playing through the game, there are a number of objects to complete. Each one has to do with memorable episodes or items from the show. I believe YUMMER, or Sandy, hiding behind the post was a proposed objective from the show's episode where Sandy's suit broke and she had to put a pickle jar onto her head to breathe. This would account for three things. 1. The animation behind the post, her hiding and embarrassment. 2. Her ripped up suit also mentioned in video, which would be part of the completion of proposed objective. 3. The arms and neck, at least I believe, look a lot like Sandy's. The odd head was a placeholder, as the artists weren't ready to draw up Sandy's head in a pickle jar without confirmation on if the objective would make final cut. Therefore, I think YUMMER was just a placeholder for one of Sandy's objectives that got scrapped and wasn't completely removed from the files. Just a theory, but I think I'm onto something. Posted by Chalky Milk Boy. But the theory that it is Sandy outside of her suit is just too terrifying to get into for me, personally. If you want to find out more about YUMMER, I recommend watching Oddheader's video, which will be linked in the description. He goes into a bit more on the technical side, and it is very interesting to watch. Who or what do you think YUMMER is? Let me know in the comments below, and let me know if there are any other topics you'd like to see me talk about. Thank you so much for watching. Until the next video. Bye.